No.
David, you look like an air traffic controller right now.
I'll take it, man.
But you're like purposely making the planes fly into each
Yes.
Oops. Basically I'm rage quitting like Ducky did today.
Yes.
But in the most epic of ways. All right.
Yep.
Hey everybody, welcome to Camp Slash Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past every Monday at 8 p.m. Central. I'm your head camp counselor, Duck. I'm here with other head camp counselors. We have Javi, Godzilla Rules, Byres. I don't have clips for it. I'm sorry. Javi, yes, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm Javi. Once again, you're welcome.
You are welcome. Wait, here it is. Okay, I got it now. All right. Technical difficulties. Next, we have Raph. Godzilla is a son of the atomic bomb, Ramirez. Raph, how are you doing, sir? It's an audio podcast. You got to say hello, dude.
You're on
He
mute.
throws up
You're
some
muted.
deuces right there. You gotta,
Fantastic.
yeah, you got to say something. They can't see the deuces, bro. It's all
How
good.
many mushrooms did you drop before?
Oh, and not enough.
Next, we got Miles. Godzilla must go, so you cannot see the depths of his loneliness. Francis, Miles, how are you, sir?
Damn, that was an accurate intro. Now, I'm stoked, man. Excited to talk about this franchise that goes all the way back to 1998 when the first one came out.
Absolutely.
But you take that back, you
The best.
motherfucker. Take it back now.
We all know
That is so
was
cool.
the ultimate.
That was the
answer.
funniest shit.
Next, we have Jay. I saw it, a creature from the Jurassic era. McClintock. Jay, how are you, sir?
I'm happy, man. We're gonna talk about giant monsters.
Fuck yeah, we are. In fact, next we got David, a giant, terrifying monster. Jessup. David, how are you, sir?
I am super happy. I love Godzilla, and it goes all the way back to the 1950s. You fucking idiot! And it starred that guy that was a really good lawyer and only lost one case and then died of lung cancer because he smoked so much on TV.
Gregory Peck.
No, shut up! I hate all of you.
What is Steve Martin? Maybe that's
Andy Griffin?
Andy Griffin.
Matlock.
So this one's going to be a little bit of different
Columbo.
cast. We did watch a movie technically, but there's not a lot to the movie to discuss. so we're just-
Some of us.
Yeah, some of us watched the movie. Miles. It's fine. There's not a ton to the movie to discuss. Real quick, Shin Godzilla.
Yes, there is. What are you talking about?
It's
Nah.
razor thin. Shin Godzilla, July 25th, 2016, released in Japan. Running time 120 minutes. Budget 15 million. Box office 78 million. Making
Fuck
that
yeah,
money
that's
back.
right.
All right, I was shocked it was 50 million. It looked pretty good for 50 million. Some of the CGI was wonky, but it was pretty decent. Synopsis: Japan is plunged into chaos when a skyscraper-sized lizard monster rises from the deep of Tokyo Bay and lays waste to Tokyo. That's all the more you need. Godzilla love, guys. Let's just talk some Godzilla real quick. I want to begin with my love of the G-Man. Where it comes from is we used to go to the local library when we were kids, and my dad, for whatever reason, he would always borrow the Godzilla movies, especially Godzilla vs. Megalon and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Those were the key two that we watched over and over again. So my monsters are Gigan. I got Seesaw, which is like one of the worst monsters ever, but has the best song. That's Seesaw, Seesaw, Seesaw.
We're gonna fight.
Greatest song ever. We used to watch Godzilla. We absolutely
That's
loved
a
it.
negative.
You don't like Seesaw song? Come on, dude. It's awesome. But that's
Caesar's like my favorite kaiju. Period.
yeah.
So we're gonna
Dude,
rumble.
we're gonna get into it. We're gonna dive deep. But this, for me, Godzilla holds a special place in nostalgia in my heart. We shared it with our father. He would put it on. We would watch it. I had no fucking idea what was going on with the people's story. All I know is I saw giant monsters fighting at the end, and that was the best part. So you always fast forward to the end, and it's always 45 minutes of people talking, 40 maybe 5 minutes of fighting. Maybe not 45, but just 5. But it was worth it to get there. And then something else came out when we were kids that kind of played off this called Power Rangers, which was a mega hit. But once again, you had giant monsters, and it just brought back that feeling of the kaiju, of the Godzilla and the fights and everything like that. So giant monsters hold a special place in my heart. Jay, I want to go to you next for Godzilla. Do you love Godzilla, or are you indifferent, or?
No, I'm still a huge fan of Godzilla. Yeah, I grew up with all that shit on Saturday afternoons. So Got to see a bunch of them. Som versus King Kong and the original. Yeah, like I said, I think I love King Caesar. I just really liked his look. I thought he was just had a really cool version. Jet Jaguar, yeah. So you picked a lot of good. You picked some
Jet
good.
Jaguar, man, with that song too. Jet Jaguar, Jet Jaguar. That like the music's just so much fun.
And then of course Gigan. Gigan was one of my favorite villains of his as well. So yeah, you picked some really good ones there. But yeah, love Godzilla. I didn't think Shin Godzilla was quite as good as Elbow Godzilla, but I thought that it was.
No, stop it. You need to get out of Tyler right now, dude. It's doing something. All that fresh air and no pollution is destroying you.
You need your smog. Speaking of which, there was a smog monster too, made of pure pollution. And what a wild psychedelic Godzilla film that one was. It was out fucking rages. Let's go to Raph next. Raph, do you have any history with Godzilla? Do you love the G-Man?
Just watching it when I was younger, you know. I remember him fighting the moth. That was about it. But I really didn't get into it like you guys. This is my first time watching this movie, which I started enjoying it maybe 100 minutes in, and it was fucking long, man. I kind of, if I knew some of y'all weren't gonna watch it, I probably wouldn't have watched it. But I powered through, and it's a movie, bro. It's all right.
I love that phrase. It's a movie. I don't even know who came up with that, but I just say it all the time. Like, when we left The Rise of Skywalker, we were like, it's a movie.
No,
Yeah.
you were like that. You just didn't want to admit it sucked.
Yeah. Javi, you immediately were just like, you looked so downtrodden when we left. You're like,
I didn't want to go. I told you this movie was going to suck. I was like, I don't want to see this, but you made me go up all those fucking stairs.
Where'd you guys watch it?
We went
Like,
to the
was it
fucking
elevator?
IMAX at the parks, and they duck picked the most top seats. Like, fuck.
Was it the IMAX that we went
That was
to?
the IMAX.
Yeah.
Was that
Fuck.
recently? Like, did you all see that when it came out? Or
Yeah,
was
we
that
saw it
like,
like
we saw
the
it
day
opening
of.
day.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Opening
like,
morning.
like 9 or 10 a.m. or something like that. It was
Like,
ridiculous.
this is not going to be good.
Javi, Godzilla, are you a fan? Good pause.
Picture
good
this.
pause.
No, I got to picture this. I tried as a kid to watch Godzilla, and I couldn't get into it. And then I saw this awesome music video with Jimmy Page and P. Diddy
Oh,
for "Come
fuck
With
off.
Me."
Hell yeah. That movie might suck, but that soundtrack slaps,
That
dude.
soundtrack
Dude.
was so fucking good. No Shelter by Rage Against the Machine.
You get some
That
Green
remix
Day
of the
with
Green
Godzilla in the
Day,
background.
yeah.
That was
And
about
then
it. Every once in a while, you just hear, just like
I tried to watch that Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick, and that was just trash.
yeah.
Like
Well, that's not
I like
Godzilla.
big monster movies, but I can't do Godzilla.
That's not Godzilla. First of all, his name is Zilla. He's actually in the Toho archive as its own creature that was confused as Godzilla. And in Destroy All Monsters Melee, I believe it is, Godzilla destroys him with a single fire breath. Out of the scene, out of the movie.
That's funny. I never knew that.
That's
Fuck
dope.
yeah.
That's cool. I love that.
Miles.
How did they
start
address the
with a
fact
different-
that?
Sorry, go ahead, Jake.
I said, how do they address the fact that Godzilla movie made so much more money than theirs?
Oh,
Jay just took a shot.
Miles, what's your history with Godzilla? Do you love? Do you hate? Do you?
Somewhere in between Ducky and Raph, because like I was a big horror fan as a kid, and my dad thought I was an idiot, but he was a big sci-fi fan, and the King of the Monster movies is where we kind of kind of met in the middle, I guess you'd say. So a lot of watching all the Godzilla movies, I could not tell you one from the other. It's like he fights this one monster, this one, or this other monster, and this other one. But I always got a kick out of like the mouths being out of sync with the terrible dubbing. And then, just like you said, it's like once you get to like once you get done with all like the people drama that you're like apparently supposed to care about, and you get to like the monster fights, it's a pretty dope franchise. One fun fact I have to get out though about that 98 version, that is the movie with the most Simpsons actors in it other than the Simpsons movie. Which there's 3 of them,
Cool.
but still it's pretty
So
dope.
who is this? Hank Azaria. It's oh god, my
Harry
Harry
Shearer,
Shearer.
and then it's
Nancy
Bart
Cartwright.
Simpson herself,
Yeah.
Nancy Cartwright.
Right.
Yeah, dude. She's only in it for like a second though, right?
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah, fucking crazy. More Simpsons characters than Maximum Overdrive, also, which had
Yeah,
one.
true. Just barely.
All All right, David, I was saving you for last. Yes, because I know you're on my side on this. Godzilla, yes, no, maybe. Do you love
Yeah,
it?
so I am a huge fan of everything Godzilla, even the '98 version one. I love it because it's that thing that Jay talks about a lot, where it's your safe space, man. I had divorced parents growing up. I spent a lot of time watching TV as my babysitter, and Godzilla movies, man, they were there for me growing up as a kid. I also was bullied a lot. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up.
Make sure you put a
So-
string quartet in playing in the background
Yeah.
of this as you play it.
I would definitely love a violin sound about right now. So yeah, it was a great escape for me. And I always equate the old Godzilla movies, the really cheesy ones, with porn, because like 80s
The
porn, where
same
there's
actors.
a lot of actors and
Same
dialogue that
actors.
isn't necessary. You're waiting to get to the money shot, which is the orgasm or the little miniatures being destroyed. And I remember I had a girlfriend once, and she was like, that those are just miniatures. And I was like, that's why I fucking love this. The fact that you have these little toys, these little tanks and little buildings. And she was like, that's just a guy in a suit. I was like, I know. That's what I love about it. What was I think it was a Police Academy movie where Bobcat Goldthwait got into a Godzilla outfit and got to smash some comedy movie. Was that the one, Jay?
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
Police
you're not-
Academy. I think it was
Yeah.
Police Academy 3.
It was so much fun. I mean, that to me is like how you have like these things where you can go and smash stuff or axe throwing stuff. I would love a place where you got to dress up in a kaiju outfit and they had a miniature city that you could destroy. I know it would be really
Yeah.
expensive because you'd have to rebuild it again.
Like Dave Chappelle.
Oh, that'd be so fun, man. So yeah, I love it. And the thing, I have never seen this movie. This one that we did today, the Shin. Well, what the connection I have to it was the first big sci-fi convention I ever sold my art at was called Famous Monsters Convention, and their big draw was the director of Shin Godzilla. So I got to meet him. He was there,
Oh,
and they had the
cool.
whole big
Oh,
setup
dope.
and everything. Yeah, so yeah, man, love it.
To response to your thing about like doing like the crash room or the axe throwing or whatever, the coolest wrestling event I've ever been to in my life was called Kaiju Rising. And essentially the whole theme of it is they put like cardboard boxes that looked like skyscrapers in the ring.
What?
And then these guys dressed up like kaiju and then they would fight. And like, so it was all like wrestling, but
Yeah.
it was like, they do like roaring sound effects and like they do flames, but it would literally be some dude holding up like a cardboard thing with like flames. So it was like purposely bad, and it was probably the most entertaining live performance I've seen in my entire life. I think you, sir, should learn how to get involved in kaiju wrestling. You've got a career ahead of you.
Well, Miles, that actually has a precedent. In 1992, SNK came out with a video game called King of the Monsters, where you literally are Godzilla fighting a giant golem, and the goal of the match is to literally pin your opponent for the 1, 2, 3.
What?
I remember that game.
I remember seeing that game. I guess I never played it. That's crazy.
There were 4 characters on the SNES port that I had. You could play as Astro Guy, absolutely mimicked that off of Ultraman and Jet Jaguar. You had a Godzilla character. You had a giant rock monster, which is one of the kaijus I don't think I've ever seen, or monsters. I hate being like that nerd, but it's one of the few monsters I've never seen Godzilla fight on the screen. And then the last one, giant beetle, Megalon style. So yeah, it was pretty badass, and it had a sequel too.
I'm also just real quick. I'm a huge fan of Gamera. I also love Gamera.
Which
That's
has
another
its
one
own
I loved.
series too.
Yeah,
Gamera
I absolutely love
is pretty
Gamera.
big in Japan.
The protector of children.
Yes.
Yep.
So I wanted to point this out. Godzilla for the NES right there.
Oh, nice!
nice,
Holy
dude.
shit!
Super excited.
That looks like it's got a real pretty sticker on it too. That's probably worth something.
Man,
Or it's fake.
The other thing I love about this series too is I love the sound effects. Is it Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster? It's got some great sound effects on it,
Yeah.
and the music, the dun 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 dun. The music of Godzilla is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's
Did
that
you see that
whole.
movie in theaters too?
Which one? The
Ghidorah, the 3-headed monster.
yeah, I saw that one. I've seen all of the 3 the Skull Island, Godzilla, and the
Godzilla versus
Kong.
Kong was pretty fun. That was a pretty fun.
It was fun, but the whole underground axe thing was just lost it for me. But just watching the fight scenes again, it was like porn. You just had to get through the dialogue to get to the money shot. Now I will say
You're just
this
waiting
though.
for the monster to come out.
Yeah, I prefer, of course, because I'm old, I prefer the guy in the suit and the miniatures
Absolutely.
to CGI. Even though I will say the Shin Godzilla effects, there were some really good effects in this.
I thought it was costume
good.
sometimes. It felt like costume.
It looked like 2 times there was a guy in a costume.
Yeah.
When when it stood up for the first time, you could see the shadow, the silhouette. That was a guy. That was a puppet. And there were several times where I noticed that. I was like, that's not CGI.
Yeah, I don't know if it was all CGI or puppets were used or not. I want to show this off really quick too. This was super expensive and very
Holy
rare.
shit.
Oh,
This is for the
dude.
Sega Pico, which is a very, very rare system. I've got a couple of them. I like it. But this is a storybook, so you actually plug it into the thing, and it actually plays the
What?
storybook on the TV.
That is
and then you can actually
amazing.
click on the screen here, or you can click on it.
Are
on
those
the
pages
TV.
stuck together?
Yeah, yeah. Look right there. Oh.
Did that come with a restraining order?
I will say that I also, as a kid, I had, and these are very rare. I haven't looked for them on eBay, but it's the old Godzilla model, but the hands glowed and the spine glowed in the dark. And it was
That's
just
cool.
really, really. They had a whole
Yes,
series.
I
You remember
remember
those, Jay? They had a whole series like Wolfman and Frankenstein.
Yeah, those were real hot in the 90s in Fangoria magazine.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah, with the knives and stuff.
funny fact, Godzilla is on the very first cover of Fangoria magazine.
I did not know that.
Damn.
Oh.
That's what I was curious to. Does Godzilla fall under horror or
Fuck
science
yeah, he does.
fiction or yeah?
He's a monster, bro. He's a
King
king
of
of
the
monsters.
monsters.
1959 or whenever it came out. Yeah, of course.
The original Godzilla is a work of art, and I
Oh, it
actually,
is.
I went back and forth on
Gorgeous.
whether we should do the original or we should do Shin Godzilla, and I decided on Shin Godzilla because I'd never seen it before. But the original stands by itself as this beautiful work of art that represents what happened to Japan after the atomic bomb.
Yeah,
went
it's
down.
an allegory on nuclear warfare and what
Right.
happened to them.
And
It's almost less of an allegory. Just it's a straight up.
Straight up, yeah, this is what this is.
Yeah.
And
Just
did you
blaming the
guys-
USA for that.
Yeah. Did you guys get the feeling that this was about, a lot of this felt like an allegory for the tidal wave that was caused by the that earthquake that messed up the nuclear reactor? Because a lot of the scenes looked like that tidal wave stuff, where especially the beginning when everything's flowing through the water and all the boats and rubble is coming through.
Was this made after that? That was like
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah, was it?
2016 this came out.
Oh,
So, well, I mean, we can talk a little bit about Shin Godzilla. Like I said, the storyline's pretty paper thin. It's an intriguing movie because it does something that you don't always see. It's a procedural in a lot of ways where it shows what the government would do and how they would take care of the situation. There's not really a villain other than the monster. Everyone's working together. They even say that in the movie, like it's shocking that all these departments are working together so well. But it's about bureaucracy, which I kept bitching about because I hate bureaucracy. But it's about it and how it can work. And it's like I said, it's intriguing to watch. I don't know what it is about it. Just watching these people in these sterile rooms, and like the lighting is interesting because they don't do dynamic lighting in any way. It tries to feel as realistic and grounded as possible within everything. And I love taking a floor level view of the monster. I love those shots where you're going through the city and you just see the tail swiping right above the buildings. And like there was that awesome scene where he takes a step and all the tiles on the Podogo, is that right? Maybe, I don't know, it shakes and you just see them almost fall. And then the best shot is probably underneath the tree line where you just see Godzilla walking by the trees. And it's just such a terrifying sight. And so by keeping it grounded, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it had almost like a documentary feel at times to it.
Yes.
And I do love that they took this movie very seriously. This was not a wink wink nudge nudge wacky we're gonna tell some jokes, we're gonna have some really funny wackiness going on, which is what the whole 60s Godzillas were. And I loved them, but it was nice to see this movie being taken seriously, and it was tackling a serious subject, and I fucking loved it, man.
Well, that's the beauty about Godzilla. You can go wacky, you can go psychedelic, you can go scary, you can go surfer. I mean, at certain movies, it's like surfer movies.
Yeah.
Or you can do
Yeah,
the
well, I don't
American
know.
versions, which are really out of control and bizarre. Big blockbuster.
You ever notice how when because the first movie he's a villain, and then he becomes a friend. He becomes like a hero. And did you ever notice how they made his eyes bigger in the '60s and more like almost like ET eyes, more friendlier,
more welcoming?
More he was because he was a hero. By the way, one of my favorite things about it's so cheesy. Have you guys ever seen Godzilla fly?
Yeah.
Yes, and we're going to watch the clip
with the breath.
Yes.
And he would put his tail between his legs and just go across.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love that.
Raph, what were you going to say?
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say the dubbing. I was wondering if the dubbing dialect went with the actual actors because they look more intense sometimes than the actual dubbing. And I kind of wish I just knew Japanese to watch it in Japanese. See if the story changes.
I'm gonna rewatch it. Actually, I'm gonna rent it somewhere and rewatch it with subtitles because I really would.
But here's the thing.
I think it's on YouTube with subtitles right now.
I'm sorry, Jay, but I love the cinema.
Yeah, I get it.
Archive.org has a version of it you can check out. It has both the English dub and the Japanese subtitle. But bad dubbing is an iconic part of Godzilla.
It's part of the experience. If you don't have that, it kind of like, to me, it's not nearly as special.
Yeah, you need
I'm saying to take it as a serious movie because the actors did look serious. The acting looked okay. I mean, there was way too many actors. Everybody had a fucking line. I lost track of people real quick.
That is why I said
didn't it like win like Best Picture at like the Japanese Academy Awards or some sort of it's like a very well made, well acted film from what I've read. I didn't watch it.
That's what I'm trying to say. If
you didn't have to sit through it like Raph did an hour in going, oh, finally I caught
Jesus. I bet the people who made this are very talented. They deserve an award.
No, well, I mean, bad dubbing is a part of the history of Godzilla, and it makes the movies. In this movie, there's a lot of. This is a reason I started watching it with the subs, and it was so confusing to follow because they went so quick. That's why I sent the dub version to everyone because I'm just like, make it easy on everyone because this is a long, long movie, but it works. It's a completely different kind of Godzilla film. Like I said, it's the polar opposite of Godzilla versus Kong in every way. You want Godzilla versus Kong, you're going to get a popcorn movie. You watch this, like David said, you get a documentary style, gritty, down to earth, like serious take on what the government would do during an invasion from Godzilla. And so it's wonderful.
What's that movie with that monster in New York attacking them?
Cloverfield.
Where they're yeah, so I had that feeling in the beginning when they were in the tunnel that it was going to be like that. But that ended really quickly, and then it went into the democratic kind of thing where they're all inside. That was pretty cool. But it didn't go anywhere for me.
And a realistic take, too. They kept saying things like, we need permission from the United States to do this. You know, the United States destroyed the Japanese military, and then they helped rebuild Japan after that. You know what I mean? And so, in a lot of ways,
and there were
a lot to do with the Japanese government. Go ahead, Raph.
And they were about to nuke them again, though, if it had failed, which it did fail with. Because, again, that was my favorite part. 103 minutes in, when the USA drops the bomb.
Right when it starts to get good.
It's so specific.
And because it was just 6 minutes long. I lost interest after that. But he just goes ape shit and glows and throws the laser. That was such an awesome scene right there. I really enjoyed that scene at all. When he just destroyed everything, they show Tokyo from afar, and then you can just see it all glowing. That was pretty awesome scene right there.
I also want to say, half the time Raph watches these movies, he's also getting laid. I found this out on the back end of the podcast. So I don't know how much of the movie you actually watched after 100 minutes.
I watched the whole movie, bro. It was all right.
Godzilla in this movie. This version of Godzilla is a unique take. It's not your kid friendly, like David said earlier. He's not the buddy. He is definitely the villain. And they always do that with the remakes. Godzilla, Godzilla 85, Godzilla 2000, and then this one. Godzilla 2000, not so much because they did have a villain in that one. But whenever they restart the series, they try to just make it Godzilla versus Tokyo, Godzilla versus Japan, whatever's going on with that. So this version of Godzilla has metamorphoses, transformations. He changes. He comes out of the ocean.
He starts like a slither monster in the beginning.
Yeah, he comes out like a
And he
weird
doesn't blink.
looking pufferfish with giant eyes. Yeah, what was
He looks like Weasel from Suicide Squad.
He got
That
them
was
derp
so
eyes.
cheesy, bro.
He got them big
He would
ones.
eventually evolve into an actual Muppet. You could actually see Big Bird's genetic evolution in that version of
Little
Godzilla.
T-Rex arms.
Well, he's still got the derp eyes at one point, and he looks
Yep.
like Godzilla, and I was like, that's weird. And then finally he gets the mean eyes. I was like, all right, cool.
Like,
But the
Godzilla's, like,
last
tripping
transformation
balls.
reminded me of Cloverfield because of the tail. All the little babies sprouting off the tail would have been the final transformation. That was interesting to me to kind of see. Did you all see the skeletal creature
Yeah.
in the tail? Okay. I didn't catch it at first. I had to go and see what the ending was all about. I was like, is there skeletons from people who he smashed and they're like hanging onto the tail? And then I was like, oh shit, it's actually little Godzilla's coming out. Would you guys be intrigued to see a Shin Godzilla 2 with a bunch of little Godzillas running around causing havoc? Raph is shaking his head
Fuck
no.
yeah.
Jay saying no.
Well, that would be like the 98 Godzilla, right? Because the eggs hatched. Or did they destroy it right before it had?
That was like in
Yeah.
Good
like
tag.
the like Square Garden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Madison Square
That was
Garden
pretty
where they had the
sweet.
eggs.
I like how
there.
you left Madison out of it.
I couldn't think of it.
Square
I was
Garden.
like, I almost said Maverick. I was like, Maverick.
Because
Square
for a
Garden?
second
I
there,
don't
I was
know
like,
what I'm
what is
talking
this
about as
garden?
long as I say
What-
square.
What artistic person was like, I'm going to make a garden, but I shall make it square, and Godzilla shall attack it.
Yeah, this would be beautiful. Go ahead, Jay.
Or laid eggs in it.
Jay, did you have something?
No,
okay.
good. I was just gonna be snarky. I'm feeling snarky tonight. I'm
Do
having
be
fun.
snarky
it.
Jay.
Do
Bully
it.
Jay.
Knock out.
Bully Jay. Bully.
Only if the garden
Bully-
has subtitles.
Bully Jay.
Bully
That
Jay.
is- I like that. That deserves a T-shirt.
What, Bully Jay? Oh, that's a
Yeah,
great
Bully
idea,
Jay.
actually. We should get anything about the movie though, like I said, it's pretty paper or razor thin when it comes to storyline. They work together, they defeat Godzilla, they put a bunch of tubes in his mouth, and for some reason, even though he's laying upside down, the fluid flows down his neck. I'm not real sure how that works.
That was really creepy. That was really kind of unsettling looking. The whole like inserting the tube in the
Yeah.
mouth. It was like, cool.
Yeah, they
I would
swallow.
like to say the lead actress was fucking hot.
Woo! She was smoking, man. Sweet
My girl
Jesus.
agrees with you.
Do you agree with that?
I don't think she was that hot, but
What?
Dude.
Oh, you're crazy, good sir. She was gorgeous. And also just
you know,
like
there's like a
real snarky and sassy, and just like she was just like that American kind of attitude.
I
whereas
guess I didn't
everyone
like the
else is being
voice dubbing
Japanese.
her. That's what it was.
Oh man, you gotta stop blaming the voice dub. The movie was still all right. Still all right. But yeah, kind of going back to like a little bit of the history of Godzilla. When I was a kid, there was a book in our local library. I can't remember what they were called. They had one for Frankenstein, Dracula. They were orange on the back. I can't think of the name of them right now, but we used to rent or borrow the Godzilla book all the time. And they actually had a picture of it and how they made. And going back to what David said about the miniatures, I was always curious to what Godzilla was. And seeing him smash up miniatures is one of the funnest things in the world to watch. And this movie kind of brings back that kind of nostalgia aspect. It's really fun to watch him destroy what looks like real city when he's going through the water irrigation, you know, and he's ripping up all the boats and stuff like that. Whenever he's going through the city,
When that bridge comes up and kills everybody.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
pretty cool. That was like a minute scene. He just lands on the soldiers and on the tanks.
and
That was
at the
pretty
end,
awesome,
whenever
too.
they trap him by dropping the buildings on him, I literally cheered. I've never cheered for the military in a Godzilla movie ever, but I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, "Hell
Raph,
yeah!"
for every scene that you like, were you timing it?
And you'll notice by the
I only
clips.
got a
Yeah.
Small list, yeah.
Yeah, Raph, that's do you put the time signature on it on your notes?
like scene
no, just
35A,
again, when I
5 minute
enjoy it,
runtime.
yeah.
Really enjoyed it. We'll talk about on cast. That's what his notes say.
That's the money shot, or the
David,
that's when the mic drops.
David, does
Oh,
this reach
no.
the bar of artistic for you? The bar that you like?
This
in
movie?
Yes, in movie.
Oh yeah. I thought this movie was very done artistically. It's a good movie, man. I mean, it is. I mean, yeah, it's not for everybody because it's Godzilla, but I mean, it's probably, I would say, if you look at it cinematically, it's probably the best Godzilla ever made since the original. because it doesn't fuck around. It's serious. It's got and that's why I want to watch the original version with because I want to feel the acting, because the dubbing is so bad, you lose the acting aspect of it. So I want to watch it with the original dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay, how about you? Do you feel like you prefer this version of Godzilla, or do you like the cheesy camp Godzilla? Because
Man,
you're
I
like
tell
me,
you
you
what.
like the smashy.
I'll tell you what, I really dug on 2014's Godzilla. That MonsterVerse they created.
Oh, that's
really,
great, man.
That to me, that MonsterVerse they created was the Godzilla that I had been waiting for my entire life. And then on top of that, you get one of the greatest actors of this generation, Bryan Cranston, in it.
Yeah.
I just thought that was a match made in heaven.
That's that is a beautiful movie too. There's a scene in that which I think you could take still frames and put it in the gallery, and it's when they're skydiving and they're going through the smoke and you see the spikes on Godzilla.
Yeah.
And it gives you an amazing feeling of scale. And
yeah, I would put the acting on that one. I think that's the best acting I've ever seen in a Godzilla movie.
Oh yeah, acting wise, no doubt. And the interesting thing about that is, I think he's only in it for 7 minutes.
Who cares?
So you're watching. Yeah, it's a very small amount, but it's so powerful. It's
like Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs. You don't have to be there that long if you're making like the most out of every second you're on the scene. Or
the Xenomorph in 1979's Alien. He's in the movie for 6 minutes and 37 seconds.
Dude.
Anthony Hopkins, like considered by most to be the greatest actor of all time by a lot of people, said that the finest acting he had ever seen was Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
And by the way, Anthony Hopkins, before Silence of the Lambs, was pretty much done acting. He was only doing theater in England, and he was pretty much he had not made it. He had done what was it? The Elephant Man, and then Mutiny on the Bounty, which
was John Hurt.
No, he wasn't Elephant Man. He was the Doctor. Happy. What the fuck, dude? Jesus Christ.
There was more than one character in that film, it turns out.
It wasn't a single shot, one character movie.
I am a man. Credits.
He played all the characters. But yeah, he was pretty much done, dude. And have you guys ever seen the list of actors they tried to get to be Hannibal Lecter? I mean, it was just a who's who, and they were all like, what? I'll fuck me? No, I'm not gonna be a part of that. I don't mean to go off this tangent on Silence of the Lambs, but one of my favorite scenes in that movie is when he's talking to Clarice and he does an accent of her. He does her Southern accent.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't in the script. He was prodding Jodie Foster, and she was so upset, and you could see it in the film because they took that take where he's like, you're gonna have to go all the way back to that small town in West Virginia, and she was like,
He's acting.
He's coming Oscars.
He was making fun of my accent. I'm gonna Academy Award winner. Sorry. Okay, I'm done. Which I just watched it the other night for like the 14,000th time.
Dude, you're making me want to rewatch it for like the 14th.
Yeah, let's just
time.
talk about
How
that
the hell?
movie.
It is
How the hell did we
perfect
skip
film.
Silence of the Lambs?
Perfect. It is a
We're
perfect
saving
film.
it. We're saving it.
And I will say this, a lot of people give that movie shit for they say it's transphobic. It is not transphobic, because there is actually a line in that movie where Jodie Foster says he's not trans. She even says that trans people are very passive, they're very gentle, and because people attack that movie, and it's not transphobic, but people always forget that line where she is talking to the main guy about it. So I just want to throw it out there. That's it. I'm done.
You're not on trial.
There's a line in the new Dave Chappelle special where he says the same thing about himself, actually. So.
No.
I also want to add Godzilla 2014 sucks. I was bored and I left the theater. Javi. Javi.
Really?
We're going to start with you. I have a question. Godzilla-wise, what kind of Godzilla do you prefer? What do you have a favorite movie of Godzilla? Do you have like a version of Godzilla you like? What do you think?
I got no version of Godzilla.
Hate Godzilla.
I don't hate Godzilla. I just I'm nebulous on him. I'm Switzerland when it comes to Godzilla.
Well, we need
Was there a Godzilla movie that took place in Switzerland?
There should be. It would be amazing.
I'm
would love
neutral
it.
on
Wait,
Godzilla.
It'd be the
Javi.
most polite Godzilla ever.
Javi,
Yo,
I was
With
like,
those-
step on your building, but I'm afraid there might be people in there.
Knocking
So
down
could you tell
windows.
everyone's out of the
Wait,
building
wait,
before I
wait.
smash?
I'm shook. I am shook.
why are you
Javi,
shooking?
with thighs like that, Godzilla does not.
Because it's so
The
big,
tail that
baby.
goes on
Hold
forever.
on, let me check out Godzilla's thighs.
Dude, they're
Big.
pretty thick.
It just says thick. Yeah.
Thick with a capital G, baby.
And there's nothing saying Godzilla is definitely a dude.
well,
I don't
in
give a
some of
shit.
the movies,
If
Godzilla
he's
is
thick,
a female.
he's getting it. Oh,
Yeah, no, well, she's
shit.
having.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was
right.
having.
Because
little Godzilla.
There's Godzilla.
God
well,
damn.
well, Godzilla might be asexual according to the 1998 film, and according to some of the other stuff that I've seen, because there's
Good
Godzilla
God.
babies.
Look at that fucking
Yeah,
hourglass
baby.
shape on this bitch. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hobbies and
love-
dab, yo.
all of a sudden, Javi's screen goes blank.
Next week, we just see a bunch of Godzilla posters behind him.
And look, now we
So-
got
Javi finally gets
Mega
David's
thick Godzilla.
The screen comes.
Hell
So,
yeah.
since hey guys, since Miles and Raf are new here, I want to share a quick story with Javi. We were playing Dead by Daylight one night, and my wife was watching us. And Javi plays the same character, which is this girl with really thick thighs.
She's whole hot.
And Lindsay was like, "So why do you like to play that character?" And Javi's like, "Well, when I was young, I had this really good woman that I caressed me, and it really turned me on." And Lindsay was like, "No, like the character, like, does it have perks that you like?" And Javi was like, "Oh, sorry." Like he totally was going into why he likes girls with big thighs, and Lindsay was like, "No, I don't want to know that."
Honestly,
No.
that's what she asked. Man. Like,
It was
You
funny
had to
because
say
it seemed like
psychiatrist or
Javi
what?
had been waiting his entire life to explain
He was so
his
sad to get
weird
cut off.
obsession. And yeah, he was like, finally, someone cares why I like big girls.
Dude,
All right, let me get my. He was like, Ralph, he got his notes out, started reading them.
The Javi origin story.
He's like, let me paint a picture.
I will say this: Javi looks so embarrassed right now, but I think he's lighting in his room. He got that Trump orange red
Because
going
he
on
keeps
right
looking
now.
at those
Yeah,
pictures.
and ever since then, Lindsay's like, "Are you playing Dead by Daylight?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm gonna go in the other room."
No.
All right, going down the line, Raph, what kind of Godzilla do you like? Do you like a cheesy Godzilla, serious Godzilla? What version?
Well, I gotta say, I enjoy the 1998 version the most, but 2014 was probably my favorite.
That was,
That
you
that
really
was
like
definitely the
98
best
version?
movie.
You really
Yeah, it
do
was
like
really
the 98
fun.
version?
I watched that 100 times.
Damn straight,
Yeah.
man. Right on.
I mean,
Hey,
first,
everyone-
Godzilla versus
was amazing.
Godzilla. You can't go wrong.
yeah, if that's where you're. I remember
It came
when
out when he was. But Ralph, how old were you when it came out? Like 10, 11?
When did it come out? 98?
98. 98.
12? 11, 12? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
You say-
perfect. That's a
yeah.
perfect age for that.
Yeah,
for
I
that
really
Godzilla.
fucking enjoyed it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to theaters
stuff.
to see it when it came out. My dad was really pumped, and like he was like, "Yeah, it's Godzilla. We got to go."
Dude,
And
you
we
remember
went-
all the marketing they did? Like all the
Oh,
like,
yeah.
restaurants
Dude.
and like
Yeah.
7-Eleven, they had
Yeah.
the cups. Like
and
Dude.
Subway, I believe, had stuff.
That Godzilla
Pizza
movie
Hut.
had the best teaser ever.
with
with
the
the
giant
eyeball?
foot coming down on top
Oh
of the
yeah, the
sky.
eyeball.
It was. Oh, well, I was thinking about the Jurassic Park one where they're showing the T-Rex thing in the museum, and all of a sudden you just see Godzilla's foot come down and smash it, and it was basically like, "Fuck you, Jurassic Park.
yeah,
We got Godzilla." And then everyone saw it and they were like, "Yeah, Jurassic Park's better." Miles, what is your favorite version of Godzilla?
Dude, honestly, kind of same as Raph. I'm gonna say that the 2014 version is probably like the best like film experience for a Godzilla movie for me. But I was 13 when that Godzilla movie came out in '98, so I remember seeing it in theaters. I remember being stoked that like Apu was on the screen in like real life. Like I remember like all of the like marketing stuff we just talked about. So like that movie is, I think, overhated, but definitely not great, if that makes sense. Like it's not nearly as bad as people like to make it out to be, but it's also definitely a huge flop. Like not substantial.
I think I
at
need to
all.
rewatch it. I really thought it was a good movie.
Dude, that
I-
that movie had one of the coolest scenes ever, and it was completely impossible to do, but visually it looked amazing. The Apache helicopters flying through the city was so badass, and when Godzilla came up from the bottom and ate that last helicopter, it was
Too
so
cool.
fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but the 2014 one did something like just made, like you said, the acting in that one kind of took it to the next level. And then I'll always have that special place in my heart for like just the really corny ones. Like I said, like the ones I watched with my dad, the ones that they kind of spoofed at that wrestling show. That if you ever see a Kaiju Rising wrestling event, just buy tickets. It's worth it. Go. You'll have a great time and it'll be hilarious.
right on. Jay, what's your favorite Godzilla version?
You've already talked to me
I did.
because after I did it, you had that big point of saying how much you hated the 2014 movie.
So that was the
Don't steal your
2014.
own
And then
thunder.
you started questioning.
Gotcha. David, what about you? What is your favorite Godzilla version?
I love them all, man. I love the cheesy ones. I love the serious ones. I love the ones that were made in the early 2000s, Godzilla 2000. I love them all, dude. They had such a special place in my heart. I think a lot of it is the fact that it's something that my dad and I both had. We both loved. We both loved Star Trek, Godzilla, and football. And so it's a very special place in my heart. And so, yeah, man, love them all.
Be awesome.
Do you like
to
all
see-
the Star Treks or just a certain Star?
I love the TV show Star Trek a lot because those are the shows that my dad.
The
and I
Next
watched together.
Generation?
No, the original.
No.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are the ones my dad and I watched together as a kid. So yeah.
But
Love
I
that
will
shit.
say that I love the Showa era of Godzilla, which runs from 1954 to 1975, which was
Holy shit.
all the original stuff, basically, starting with the first and ending with Destroy All Monsters, I believe.
I
But
love
I think
that
I think
movie,
you have to
dude.
have your pinky out when you say something like that.
My bad. Yes. The Showa
Destroy
era.
all monsters.
Yeah, amazing.
That's
I-
a great name for a band. I think it is a punk
The
band.
Showa era,
Destroy
that
all-
would be
No,
awesome.
Destroy All Monsters.
Destroy All
Destroy All
Monsters.
Monsters, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be badass.
The
Yeah.
show era actually kind of works, but
Yeah, I just absolutely
Works
love
too. Just to put it out there.
Yeah, if you guys want to start a band. Just the classic Godzilla. Just I love the cheesiness of it. I love the fun of it. I love the bad dubbing and like the weird storylines dealing with alien invaders and like in a lot of ways, Godzilla versus Kong is kind of like the spiritual successor to that. It's just outrageous and bizarre and bonky wonky, and I don't even think that's a real word, but it's just fun. And then King Kong being part of it, the third Godzilla movie being King Kong versus Godzilla with that ambiguous ending. For years there was rumors that there were two separate endings, one for the Japanese where Godzilla won, one for the Americans where King Kong won, seeing as they took their monsters and put them up against each other. But the truth is the ending was always just ambiguous. It was whoever you thought won the thing. So it was kind of a fun thing to do.
King Kong totally won that first movie. I don't know what the-
Godzilla was all about it. Dude. I think Godzilla won. But it is that's the fun of it, is being able to see these two titans go up against each other, and then to see the modern version of it too was a lot of fun too. It's just to sit home when we had nothing better to do because of Corona, and HBO Max drops that bad boy. I'm pretty sure all of us watched it pretty much that week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, with that said, Godzilla love, I think, all around. Does anyone else have anything else to say about Shin Godzilla or Godzilla in general? No? Y'all want to watch some clips?
Yeah.
Clips it up?
Definitely.
Let's get some Godzilla fun up in here. Now, there was a trailer, but I skipped the trailer because it's just music. So let's go Godzilla original. Y'all see that?
Oh yeah. That sound he does is so cool, dude.
Mhm.
I mean, that was from the 19th. That's still to this day. I don't know what it is. It's that weird trigger.
It's
It just reminds. It's so cool.
The actual sound is a leather glove going against a bassoon, I think it is, or something like that,
Wow.
like a bass.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. And even like the steel bending sounds are just really like just something this old is able to produce them in like this quality is impressive.
Look at them thighs, Javi. Javi, are you doing I love you not, love you not? What are you playing with?
I'm playing with a kneaded eraser.
Oh, dude, I used to do that all the time. Shin Godzilla appears, or appears.
Shin Godzilla or the leather monster?
The Alpha.
Yeah, that totally looks like that when that flood or that tidal wave
Tsunami.
in Japan. Yeah, the tsunami. That's some fucked up footage, man.
Feels like that tail was like a character all unto itself in this movie.
Yeah, there was
A lot of tail.
There was
Well,
a,
you know what it's like, Jay? It's like you ever see? Everyone here ever own a cat?
yeah, I got two.
No.
So cats, it's almost like their tail is a different animal. Like the cat will be chill and the tail is doing this shit over here. It's
That's how
like
you
two
read
separate
if they're
beings.
pissed off, man. Yeah,
Dude.
totally. The tail was supposed to be its own character, and it also there were rumors of it having its own face for a long time. And I actually watched a 20-minute YouTube video debating whether the tail had a face or not.
I heard the actor that was going to portray the tail was just like too much of a hassle.
Troublemaker.
It's too
Well, what it
method.
was,
He was too demanding.
Yeah.
the final
Derek
tra-
Stoltz.
the recast
It would have been a
Michael J.
totally
Fox.
different movie, man. They really took it. It was way too serious.
So the idea originally was to have Godzilla split into two as the fifth transformation, and so the tail was supposed to have its own face because of that. So that's where the second one was supposed to come out, kind of like an earthworm. That's why it was like so long and kind of its own thing. Here he comes. He's
Well, the
looking
tail
derpy,
did
so-
start shooting lasers.
Dude, when the spike starts shooting lasers, I was like, holy shit. Look how derpy he looks.
Look at that
That's fucking
messed up
freaky,
thing.
man. That's so freaky.
I thought this was a
Oh,
comedy.
that's so unsettling.
Sharknado.
I was looking at bath salt memes earlier, and this is exactly what was pictured.
Dude, this kind of creature reminds me of Big Man Japan.
Well, that's
Well,
because it's a different creature, right? It's not a Godzilla yet.
Whoa, Charles Barkley's in this movie? I definitely should have watched.
Charles Barkley shows up. It's just like Space Jam. No, this is from the 1990s. It was a Nike commercial. It's Barkley versus Godzilla.
Because this was in the movie.
No, it's clips from all over. I apologize. All kinds of stuff.
Dude, this is dope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah! Is this an American commercial?
Yes,
Yep,
it was.
came out in '93.
Oh my god, I've never seen this before. Oh, that's because I was in a band and I was too self-absorbed.
You had a life.
I was a kid obsessed with Charles Barkley in '93. I have no idea how I've never seen that.
I had the hat. The hat had Charles and Godzilla on it, and a little.
That's
it was
bad.
Wow, dude. It's so unfair though that they had to play basketball because like if they had a like building smashing contest, Godzilla would have just smoked Barkley.
I don't know, man. I think Barkley's pretty stout.
Shin Godzilla, Shin God transforms. I don't know. I didn't put Godzilla. Transformation.
He had those little T-Rex arms.
He got them tiny arms.
He's just mad because he has a back itch. He hasn't been able to scratch.
He can scratch his balls.
Those eyes are freaky.
They look like googly eyes you put on a dog. What?
He's pissed
I
off
did
because he
like
can't jerk off. I'd fuck that mouth. What? Sorry.
The original Megalon drop kick. So this is just some silly old school Godzilla.
Oh, that's Ultraman.
Jet Jaguar.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Oh, yes!
Yeah, get him. One more time.
Bullet time. This clip is so much better
Oh
than the new
my
Matrix.
gosh. I do remember watching this. That shit's just very...
Slam, baby.
So when I was when I worked at Adlibs, which was like the first Dallas comedy house, it was like a really big improv club in downtown Dallas. I was in charge of the videos we would play before the shows, and I put together a montage of Ultraman footage before every show, and fucking people just loved it. It was just all the fight scenes, all the
Oh,
fight
that's
scenes,
cool.
and the trippy Ultraman spinning thing.
We got Derpzilla, because he's derpy as hell.
Yeah. He's pissed off when he's looking for his baseball.
He's pissed off because he can't close his eyes.
Shin
Like, y'all should have gave me
Godzilla.
some fucking eyelids.
Stage
Gojira's
3.
resurfaced in Sagami Bay, and it's coming ashore.
I'll come.
There he
There's those.
is.
Look at those. Yeah.
Look at them
How happy he's into it.
eyes.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that face.
Oh, I love that music.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tail really does look like it could have had a
I get-
face.
There's like a cat tail.
That's an awesome.
I love the idea that the little announcement of an emergency, like, you know, the emergency is going to warn you more than the guy crushing everything around you.
Did you guys ever see
What
that
did
Anne
it
Hathaway
say?
kaiju movie?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
it's
god,
awesome.
yes.
Fucking
that was
awesome,
so
man.
good.
So
It's a great
good.
movie.
What was that called?
Colossal.
Colossal.
Yeah.
Directed by the same guy who directed Time Crimes, which everyone hated for some reason. That's the shot I'm talking about. It's killer, man. You take it from that level, that just that massiveness. It's just unbelievable.
His arm looks like he should be holding a wine,
A
or
little
wine glass.
snifter.
Yeah.
Everything they
That's just
played so
looking
far, though,
fancy.
you could easily, like, it could be an ad for, like, a new Power Rangers movie. Like, they all do look like that.
Not the balls, man. Shin Godzilla powers up. Yeah, I didn't clip any of the talking, just Godzilla.
So this is my favorite part, definitely.
Epic.
Is this like the
Ooh.
103-minute mark?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like his tail does shoot the lasers too and takes out the jet. That shit was awesome.
How about the music? The music right there. Just that short
It's pretty
scene, like
good.
the opera. It's pretty badass.
Alright, that's good.
So there was a GameCube game called All-Star Monster Melee, I think, something like that. That came out where you could actually play as the monsters. And so that was one of the first, like Jay was saying earlier, King of Monsters was like the SNK Neo Geo version of Godzilla. But that game reminds me a lot about this because you could destroy the city around you as you were fighting the other monsters. Blam!
Put this in the 1998 movie and you'll love it.
Just clip it in there. It'll fit perfectly.
They should just do a super cut making like all Godzilla movies
Yes.
canon and they just use the best parts.
I believe I can fly.
Don't we all?
There you go, David.
It's so dumb.
It looks like he's flipping people off with his tail on the way
It's
by.
so dumb. I fucking love it. It's so
He looks
dumb.
like the Xenomorph.
Shut up.
No, those are too far.
You take that back. He kind of looks like the egg. You're right. It looks like a xenomorph egg.
He really does.
Godzilla straws, because that's what it looks like.
Oh, I thought you were gonna show
That
us
was
real
so
Godzilla
creepy.
straws.
The cement
Yeah, I thought we
truck.
were about to see like a commercial.
Unhappy.
My bad. Godzilla meets Bambi. This is a classic.
Oh, I love this one.
Classic animation.
I saw this on. I don't know if you guys are old enough for Night Flight.
It was the beginning of like an Ernest movie, I think, when I saw it originally. I can't remember.
Is this where you find out that Godzilla was the hunter?
That's it. Keeps going.
Oh, nice.
Come on. There we go.
That organ.
Shin Godzilla freezes.
He's like, my little tiny hand. No.
Tail monsters. There
Those
they
are freakishly. Oh, I love the spine look of that.
Yeah, that's
very,
pretty dope.
very H.R. Giger.
Looks like something you make,
Mm-hmm.
Those are
Mhm.
creepy as all
like
get
right
out.
there.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
some David
Yeah.
Jessup creations right there. Some children.
You're
of Dave,
welcome,
if you will.
Godzilla.
That's pretty epic.
That's gorgeous.
The end.
That's the money shot.
That's Hobby coming all over his fucking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That dance. That what the fuck? That dance.
That's it.
Oh, so good.
All right, guys, let's do some
Fantastic.
recommendations real quick. First one's going to be Pacific Rim, of course,
Hell
the
yeah.
Guillermo del Toro film. Awesome movie, great times, cheesy acting all throughout, fun kayak, big monster fights. I couldn't say what it was. It just, kaiju, thank you. I'm not a weeb. And
Does that have to do
anything?
anything with Cloverfield?
Dude,
No.
kaiju has nothing to do with being a weeb. Weeb is for anime.
Oh, my bad. I apologize. And then next, I'm going to recommend The Host, an awesome
good.
film,
Yeah,
foreign
it's really
film.
good.
Just let me see if I can get hold on the monster here. Let's see. I haven't seen it in probably 10 years, but I remember when I originally watched it, I loved it. And the reason why is the acting is so freaking good in it. There's one character who's like
Good South Korean film.
intellectually disabled, basically, and he's the hero of the movie. And it's kind of an interesting take on the horror genre, along with just like underestimating who the hero can be. It's pretty cool. So I'd highly suggest that. Does anyone else have any other suggestions for a Godzilla-ish kind of film with the kaiju?
Colossal.
Yes, Colossal. What a fun movie. That one, it's something else. And Sudeikis, is that who it is in it?
Dude, he is such a dick in that movie.
He has a turn
Holy
in that movie.
shit.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I-
with a suggestion?
I don't have one that's a kaiju related one, but when you guys were talking earlier about how this film was a lot more about like the bureaucracy of the situation, it kind of reminded me of the Alien movie District 9.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
it's like they're like basically put like alien, like literal like space aliens into like concentration camps essentially, and it's like a lot about like how the government would handle if we were to get invaded by aliens. So kind of reminded me of that vibe. Not a kaiju film, but it's still a pretty good movie to check out.
I believe there's a sequel coming out to that named District 10 also. Yeah, it is.
Is
coming
it
out.
really? That's
Yeah,
cool. I
same
didn't know that.
director.
Isn't there a Pacific Rim sequel coming out too? I'd heard
a third
that as
one?
well.
I know that there was a second.
There's
one that came
already
out.
a second one, and I just didn't
Yeah.
realize
Yeah,
that.
there was.
Yeah,
Was
it
it
did
bad?
Yeah. Didn't do very
Okay.
well.
Yeah, there is Pacific Rim 3 in the works though. So there we go. All right, anyone else with a recommendation? Go ahead,
I
Hobbs.
got two.
Oh,
For the,
nice.
for the government bureaucracy portion of it, I'm gonna have to recommend this movie just dropped recently on Netflix. Don't Look Up.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That
Fucking
movie is
so good.
fantastic.
Infuriating
dude.
and maddening.
Yep.
But for like the monster portion of it, I'm gonna have to recommend Big Man Japan. I fucking love this movie so much. It is so much fun. It's essentially about a guy. It's like Ultraman, but he doesn't have a cool suit. He's just like some weird rando that has a drinking problem. And whenever there's a monster that shows up in any province in Japan, he's gotta like go big and go fight the monster. And the monsters are fucking freaky.
In that case, I would recommend Attack on Titan. It's another show all
Yeah.
Great
about
show.
giant and a lot about bureaucracy. It's a very political series.
Raph, you got anything?
You know which one I think about is Tremors.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
nice,
Tremors.
dude.
That's a
Love
good
Tremors.
monster movie, bro. All of them, because they're all cheesy. They're all fucking fun to watch.
Oh, also, guys, the
But, yeah, the
Godzilla
first one.
animated series on Netflix is actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And the animated series from the '98 movie is pretty good too.
I've heard that was pretty decent actually.
That's
Every
actually a
Sunday.
thing. I never heard of that.
Yeah, it was. It ran for
It
like a
really
few
was.
seasons. Yeah, guys. With that said, Godzilla love all around. David, please tell them where they can find you on the internet and your creations.
You can find me at Stop Motion Nightmares on Facebook and Children of Dave on Instagram. And I'm doing really well on Reddit. So thank you, Jake, for getting me to go on Reddit. You
Nice.
can find me at Geiger Drone on there. I'm finally getting some love for my stop motion videos.
Very nice.
So check it out. And I'm not performing until we get to threat level orange. So until then, I will. Well, I'm not doing stand up. I'm still doing like improv, but no stand up.
Right
All right,
on.
can I just make a plug for David Jessup?
Yeah.
If you guys ever want a custom made chandelier, David Jessup is your guy. He could do any type of chandelier for you.
Thanks, buddy.
You know, I was really thought that was sketchy because you
Creepy.
hated doing the first one.
I made a shit ton of money, so if you pay
I've,
for it, I'll
I've been
do it.
hoisted by my own petard.
Yeah.
Miles, please tell them where they can find you on the internet.
You can find me pretty much everywhere at Mr. Most Days Off. I have the Simpsons podcast still going. That's at bestdarndiddly.com. And then I've got stand-up shows. Next one I'm excited about is on the 30th at Addison Improv.
All right. Good job, man.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm there.
Hell yeah,
Miles,
dude.
Miles, can I ask you a question?
You can.
What happened with the drug raid at the fucking Hat Tricks?
Oh man.
Is that something we can
so
share live, or should we wait until afterwards?
we can. It's nothing really happened. So
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty shareable. Just bored cops more than anything. But I used to host the open mic at Hat Tricks pre-pandemic, and one week mid open mic, somebody on stage telling jokes. I'm about to go like get them off and bring somebody else on. If you're not familiar with that establishment, they tend to smoke a lot of pot on the patio there, which is the least of what's happening on the inside.
Right.
But but the cops were, I guess, bored that night, and literally, like, while somebody's on stage, like every entrance, cops burst through, and they're like, "We saw y'all smoking outside. We're here. We're gonna catch y'all." And like through, I don't know, a combination of sheer dumb policing or just pure luck, they somehow managed to search nobody who had drugs on them, which is incredible. Not only because it's a fucking open mic, but also it's Hat Trick. So like literally just any random person should have been suspect. But yeah, that was it. It's a good memory. And fun fact that I did not realize till just this year, thanks to Facebook memories, that happened on January 6th, 1 year before the insurrection did.
That's
Never
hilarious.
forget.
Never forget. Always remember.
And guys, you can find us on the internet at wearepodcast.podbean.com, where you can find all the podcasts. Check out our social media at /wearepodcast on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can check out the videos on YouTube and Twitch at /wearepodcast network. With that said, thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you for doing the Godzilla cast with me. Happy birthday to me. It was my birthday pick.
Happy
Woo-woo,
birthday,
celebrate
Doug.
me. With that said, though, keep horror in your heart. Please do. We will see you next
Keep it in
week.
your
I don't know what next week's movie is, but we'll figure it out. I know in 2 weeks is Pumpkinhead for Jay's birthday.
Hell yeah.
So that's what we're doing then.
Finally a good movie.
But next week, you know what, Raph? Next week.
It only-
I'm sorry,
Dude, it-
guys. I only
Pumpkinhead
have one
doesn't
birthday
get
a
good
year.
until like 90 minutes in, bro.
I can't believe I watched the movie. It's 2 hours fucking long.
I think next week's pick is actually either Evil Bong or No Malone. I'll have to double check. So we.
Oh, are we doing Evil Bong?
Yeah,
mine?
that's
Whose
your
pick
pick.
was
Hoss,
that?
so-
That was
Why don't we
my
just do?
pick.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do an
Mine's
entire
real
cast on
excited.
Charles Band?
Dude, Charles Band, we could like that would definitely work.
Yeah.
I just
But
listened to an entire podcast about him on Horror Movie Talk, the podcast Horror Movie Talk, and it was really good.
But I want all of you to have to watch Evil Bong. Is the thing.
Oh, I've already seen it. It's so fucking good.
I think.
Oh
that's
shit,
what
that
next
makes
week
me
Good
question
and
my
bad.
taste immediately.
Yeah.
All right, guys. With that said, I'm gonna cut the feed. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you. And how do I cut the feed? How do I destroy things? Okay.